Hi and welcome to the Hydonso region. My name is Mans and I have created Pokemon ever since I was 5 years old, and I am on a quest to remake them all, so join me to create appliance and camping gear Pokemon. In my regional bug video I created sleeping bag and a tent Pokemon, so it's only natural that we create even more camping related Pokemon. However, not all of these will be useful in a camping situation, hence why I say appliances, but they will be useful to people in some sort of way. Starting out today we have Smoke and Chimney Pokemon. They were created doing a class in 2006 and I've always been a fan of them, so I remade them in 2013. This time around, however, I knew that I wanted to base it on a bonfire. However, I didn't want it to be fire, rather I wanted to be smoke. Originally it was smoke. So the idea is, what if the smoke needs to maintain itself? So after looking at some inspiration, like the Howl Moving Castle's flame, in my mind I had this bonfire that was able to walk around, and that is what I went for, using pretty much the same face as in 2013. Not really any specific reason for that specific face, other than that's what it used to look like. And from there, my focus was mostly on making sure that it's a poison type before a fire type. And I think it turned out quite cute. Bonloke, the smoke entity Pokemon. Poison fire type. Ability Poison Heal, White Smoke and Flame Body. Hidden ability Drought. Dex entry. Bonloke is not the fire, but actually the smoke. It inhabits objects in order to maintain its smoke form. In the Hydonso region they possess bonfires. They freely move around using the tools that the bonfire is made from. Bonloke tend to be skittish, as they do not want to get extinguished. When they feel safe they can grow to massive sizes. They are a popular Pokemon among camping enthusiasts. And you know, for a shiny, it needed to be just fire. I think that works pretty well. What do you think about Bonloke? It's quite cute, isn't it? You know, the idea isn't unique, but I like the twist that I put on, that it's more smoke than fire, making the original idea a little bit more interesting rather than just floating ball of smoke. But it evolves in a rather interesting way. It needs to level up knowing the move Rock Slide. That will give you Scorchstein. For its design, it looks very much like its 2013 drawing. In fact, in the beginning I traced over it, but I realized I had to play around with it a little bit more. I started out with the idea that smoke will come out of the chimney, but I ended up making it into fire instead, making inspiration from chimneys that is on fire. This also led to the possibility for its mouth to be used in different ways like baking, etc. And once again, the reminder that object Pokemon is quite difficult to create. They can quickly look uncanny and even soulless, and I do want them to have a personality. And thus I played around with its arms a lot, though I quite liked the idea of its cute arms in 2013, which ended up staying, and I feel like it created this balance between something that kind of looks scary but also look cute at the same time. Just what we want for a Pokemon. Scorchstein, the Chimney Pokemon. Poison Fire type. Ability Poison Heal, White Smoke and Flash Fire. Hidden ability Rockhead. Dex entry. Upon evolution, Scorchstein has become contained. The smoke entity can no longer escape. Despite this, they are quite calm Pokemon. It's common to hear whistle noises followed by moving lights at night. This has become the inspiration for many ghost stories in the region. Scorchstein is a common sight at barbecues, restaurants and even bakeries, as they help out with food preparation. Its shiny is based on red bricks and white smoke. What do you think about Scorchstein? Like I said, I like how it ended up and I hope you do too. And if not, well, maybe you will like its evolution. You just have to give it a Firestone. It will then turn into Hearthstone. This line was originally a counterpart to the Dreamwing line, which ended up becoming the Future is Wild episode. Dreamwing would evolve into the future, but Scorchstein would take after the Mammoth line and evolve with ancient power, since I originally planned to base it on radium heating. But I couldn't get the design I wanted, so I scrapped the idea and almost scrapped Hearthstone altogether, because I didn't create it in 2013, and even though I used inspiration for fireplaces in general and added some wizard as well as a Norwegian traditional painting style called rose painting, I still wasn't happy about how it looked. It just was awkward, stiff looking. So I gave it one more try with the intent to make it more alive looking, and oh boy, I'm glad I did. It almost looks scary now, but also friendly in a strange way. It just all came together. Hearthstone, the fireplace Pokemon. Poison fire type. Ability Poison Heal, White Smoke and Steam Engine. Hidden ability Sturdy. Dex entry. Hearthstone has helped out humans for many decades. These days, houses are built with space for Hearthstone to enter. This saves energy and makes everyone involved happy. It is described as an old but fiery grandpa. Every year the region holds a contest for the best decorated Hearthstone. For its shiny, it goes even more into its wizard inspiration, especially with the white smoke that looks like a bed. I'm quite proud of how this one ended up. It definitely got the vibe that I was looking for, but was struggling to create for a very long time. What do you think about Hearthstone? Actually, while you're down there, you should totally tell me what you think about this whole line, and probably why you think it should be a ghost type. But I like that it's not. I like the idea that other elements also can possess something else. And I believe I managed to get that balance quite well. Tell me about it all in the comments and like and subscribe while you're there. But when we have fire, we often need water. So we are in luck because that's the next line. A water dog, to be exact. This line was created in 2013 and it never really got finished. But I knew I wanted it for this region. This line has another specific inspiration and can be considered as a collaboration between me and the Armoliverse. And he has created several regional variants of the Hydonso region. He even created a variant for the Hydonso region of his own fake Pokemon, which is Puppery, that I decided to combine with my dog inspiration because I had already a mouse Pokemon in the region. It's based on a mop, and a mop dog, man's best friend. So they say, but apparently not mine. You would think that since I've created so many fake Pokemon that I would have a lot of dogs. I have a lot of cats because I had cats growing up, but surprisingly few dogs. So watch out, here comes Puppery, the mop Pokemon. Water normal type. Ability Water Absorb, Damp and Pickup. Hidden ability Swift Swim. Dex entry. Puppery is a staple in every household and business in order to maintain a clean environment and keep destiny away. Humans have bred Puppery to function as a mop. The fur is self-cleaning. It uses its stick like a wooden horn to attract the opposite gender, but also to fight its enemies. For his shiny, I decided to go with a little bit more golden retriever kind of color. What do you think about Puppery? I'm a big fan of this little puppy. Yet again, a simple yet very effective design. You're probably curious of what this little puppy will evolve into. In order for this to happen, you need to level up knowing the move Water Sport. This will give you Hundration. I created Hundration before I created Puppery, because this is what inspired this whole line after the Armoliverse created his Hydonsoian Puppery, as the Fontaine inspiration is the foundation of the whole Pokemon. It's also inspired by a pug, and its pre-evolution's stick has now turned into a collar with a tap on. After playing around a little bit with different poses on paper, I come up with this cute little pose. From there, it was very easy. Hundration, the hydration Pokemon, water normal type. Ability, Water Absorb, Damp and Hydration. Hidden ability, Natural Cure. Dex entry. Hundration is every camper's best friend. It always provides clean water with its spring water-like fur. They're often used as a mascot for camping gear equipment. Hydration loves helping those in need. However, it's quite a goofball. A shiny continues the idea from its previous evolution, but also a little bit more dirty looking water. What do you think about this Pokemon? I think this is adorable. Could easily picture it being animated, and a Pokemon that a lot of trainers would have. Let me know what you think. But it evolves again, which is done if you give it a water stone. This gives you St. Berralds, obviously based on the St. Bernard's dog, but it started out looking like a very different type of dog. The reason why I ended up the St. Bernard was the evolution of the wood that every stage carries. And I always wanted to make a St. Bernard's dog Pokemon, and since barrels are often associated with this type of dog, and barrels can also be used for water and helping people, which is another theme of this line, it fits perfectly. It's also based on a famous painting, The Great Wave of Kanagawa. With the exception of some adjustments to its proportions, I knew exactly what I wanted. St. Berrald, the rescue Pokemon. Normal, water type. Ability, water absorb, damp and healer. Hidden ability, Cloud 9. Dex entry. St. Berrald can be found all around the region. They're happy to help anyone that needs aid. Within its barrel there is the purest form of water. It has healing qualities said to make one young again. St. Berrald's fur is like the ocean, and the healing water from it is an important ingredient for production of potions. And for a shiny, you can really see the inspiration from the golden retriever. It looks more like a wet dog rather than a water dog. I really like St. Berrald. It expands not only my region's lore, but also Pokemon's lore. And I imagine St. Berrald standing around different places in the region, much like Pokemon centers, making my region stand out as a more harsh environment where they can't create Pokemon centers everywhere. I hope you guys are as happy with this Pokemon as I am. And once again, a special shout out to the Unmulliverse, who not only gave me the inspiration for this Pokemon line, he created the cries, though I modified them a little bit, and most importantly, for his tremendous amount of support. So links to him in the description, and of course let me know what you think about these puppies. Would you like to have them on your team? I said that I'm a cat person, but I would have these guys on my team. And here we have them all. Now you see how these Pokemon are all useful to humans in some sort of way. And further play with the concept of my region, which is, in case you don't know, intervention and integration with nature. Let me know which Pokemon you think will be most useful to you on your team, but also in everyday life. Here is a hint for an upcoming episode. Some of you should definitely get this one and see the hint that so many of you have asked for. So yes, more speculative evolution videos will come. And while you guys speculate on what speculative evolution that I could turn into a Pokemon, you should totally check out the previous episode where I turned a Pelipper line into the Gadded Whale and beyond. And if you haven't seen my regional bug video where I create a sleeping bag and a tent Pokemon, you should click here. And with that, thank you so much for watching. Make sure to subscribe so you don't miss out on the next video where we're gonna recreate them all. Man's out.